What's very exciting about this show here in Denver is that it in many ways harkens back to that spirit that existed back in the 70s and through the early 80s.
Thank goodness for shows, regional shows like the Rocky Mountain Audio Fest, that are really geared towards two-channel reproduction, towards music systems. You don't see any custom control here, you don't see any theater systems or video here.
It's as if we're not being distracted by what our industry has fragmented into. We are in a way kind of being able to indulge in what was our core interest that got us involved in this stuff in the first place. And also what we did on this is we doubled the magnets. I'm partnering here with VTL, Transparent, the DCS digital system.
This amplifier has changed quite a bit sonically. I think we've got more refinement, more dynamics. I would say it paints with a broad brush strokes. We've got a classic platform, I like to say. We've improved it and refined it with quieter grounds and board layouts, and most recently we came up with, I think, a unique auto bias and fault sensing system.
Of course, A.J. Conti's wonderful turntable.
It's my first time at this show. Shows take a lot out of me. We're a small company, and given my druthers, I usually stay at home and work on equipment. I came to Rocky Mountain Audio Fest because how can one say no? Wilson Audio and VTL and DCS, to be part of that group in a state-of-the-art room. That was my reason for coming, but now that I'm here, it's an amazing thing to me, being connected to those end users. I thought I'd be peppered with questions that would exhaust me and wouldn't have a lot to do with explaining what my product is about. Instead, what I found, people who love music.
I think for a lot of companies our size in the industry, it's easy to forget that we ourselves started, with one person, with a man and a wife and a family that literally was building product in their house out of a sense of idealism and a sense of passion. And, this romantic idea of aspiring to reproducing the live event.
I first heard live classical performance when I was in grade 6. So 12 years old. And our teacher, fantastic teacher, Joe Gravini, he took us to the Boston Pops Orchestra. And when I heard those massed strings especially, and the last song they played was Eleanor Rigby. And it started out with this rhythmic chum, 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 and then the melody da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That melody and that chum, chum with all the massed strings was unbelievable. I'll never forget it. And I fell in love with live classical music. I always liked classical music, and now I knew what it was really all about, and I wanted to get closer to it. And that's what, in later years, really got me hooked on high-end audio. I wanted that realism, those goosebumps of being there in front of that symphony.
My parents were both classically trained musicians, and from as early as I can remember, I was at a music event.
Especially from the amplifier and preamp design perspective.
I heard Nick's preamplifier about 6 years ago, and my jaw dropped. I thought it was unlike anything I ever had heard in regard to dynamics, pop, depth, just again bringing back that live performance.
There's a whole new spirit, a whole new generation of entrepreneurship that you see at a show like this.
It reinvigorates me to see people that are still interested in entering that quest and that idealistic spirit and that sense of passion for music.
I ripped apart my parents' Telefunken radio when I was 8 years old, so I've always been designing things and building them on the side, and that's what keeps me interested. The emotional connection to the musical event is what I'm looking for.
Both Nick and I, very quickly after the release of the Sasha, felt that that was, what we wanted to present with and design with in Nick's case.
The Sasha is as close as I've come. I've heard a transducer that has no dynamic compression in the mid-range and in the upper mid-range. It does things that make you say, this is how it's supposed to be.
These are our kindred spirits. We feel a connection to that person and those kind of companies.
And I think what's missing in this industry, and in fact I don't know if in the shot we can see our dogma-free zone, poster, but it's fun. It's about having fun.
We just have a basis customer come into our room, a basis owner, and he wanted to play some albums. And I know this person only through emails and over the phone. And he's very technical. He asks and points out some technical details that almost no one else ever has about our turntables. And so I figured, okay, when I meet him, it will be straight technical. He came in with the best music, and when I saw what he had selected, I thought, this has a chance to be good. We just started playing cut after cut. Everyone in the room was loving it. B from VTL was loving it. She just wanted to keep playing his vinyl. He was loving it. That ends up being what it's all about.